Man, this thing is a fucking... Oh, it's funny. It's my beating heart, but it's a fucking nightmare. I don't think that they teach the fucking techs at Harley Davidson how to build bikes properly. Or all these people who fucking are all about bikes know how to fucking ride them, but they don't know anything about fucking fixing them. Anyway, this is the main wiring harness. Now, most people have a problem because the main wiring harness comes from the fuse box. Actually, it comes from down here, the starter, ground base, up to the fuse box, to the lights, and also reverses, it splits there and goes to the front. Headlights, signal lights, everything. So when you couple along the frame on a Harley, generally people take a black one of those zip ties, you know, stuff you babysit your kids with. I don't know what they call it. The things you put on your kids to make them behave. Zip ties, yeah. Yeah, so you do that to the frame. But when you try to put the end tank down, the wiring harness is constantly in the way, so people want to drill a hole in the frame, compromise the frame to run the wire through it. But there's a mount down here that the horn bolts to. Right there. The horn bolts on one side, the vacuum engine bolts on this side. And before those clips are put onto the wiring harness at the factory, that wire should be run through there up into the neck system. Then there is a free, clear, and open venue for the tank off and on. You shouldn't be shoving or sliding or forcing anything. It's a fucking joke. Only because I know what a real fucking bike should look like. Yeah, like, I mean, anybody else walk up to it, new pistons, new engine, start it, you'd be pretty impressed with the bike. But when you know bikes and when you want to alter it, do something, customize it, and everything's got to be fucking fixed first because some monkey didn't know what he was doing, it's frustrating. So I did my oil pump, rebuilt it, put a new gasket in it, pulled all my cams and gears out, cleaned them, wiped them all down, my whole gear casing, put it all back together, timing set, put that back in place. I still got to pick up an internal casing for the yacht end bar because it's cast and it always breaks. So I went to a machine shop and I had it made out of metal, like a hard metal, so I can fucking slam it and it won't break. And then I got rid of the rear tail lights. I went with a smoke gray lay down light, signals on the tail light. But fuck, don't drill holes in your frame, you compromise it. Somebody drill a hole, especially where you want to drill it to put your shit through. You know, one of the most common places is going to be right here. And that takes all of your structural integrity. The bike will fold in half on a good jump. It doesn't even have to hit anything. Same with under here. Takes that corner, anything drilled through there destroys your structural integrity. Sorry, I can't talk properly. Same with the gooseneck. Whatever you want to change the rake to on your bike, a lot of people want to go like a 30, but it's not recommended. You know, once you cut into this, again, you compromise all your integrity. You're better off. Plus, you have to allow for clearance from your gas tank. So you're better off to cut your gooseneck in half, build it out, lay a new gooseneck in, and put it in instead of cutting the most integral point of your frame. Then you wonder why all these bikes are just fucking smashed. They're built for looks, not for quality. So I've actually taken the time to cut every single wire in my wiring harness. Holy fuck, why would you do that, fucking dummy? Because I know that the wiring harness comes from down there, goes under the tank, between the horn and the vacuum pump, back up under the lights to the signals. And every time I want to service anything, everything is in the fucking way, hanging around, flopping off, sticking out the side. These bikes are $20,000 bikes all day long. You can get them for $3,000, $4,000 because people ride the shit out of them and abuse them and do absolutely zero maintenance. You know? They fucking pound them hard for 2 or 3 years and then their midlife crisis is over and it's like, okay, I get rid of it. Okay, I'll get rid of it. Because it's a midlife crisis thing. It's just not a lifetime love of bike. It's about the bike for me. That's what it is about for me, man. I sit here with a toothbrush sometimes at night while my friend is sleeping and she's in bed sleeping and I'm out here with carb cleaner and a toothbrush scrubbing my engine block. Comes out at 4 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing? Oh, nothing. I'm just spending some time here with my friend. You gotta know where your priorities lie.